Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to be talking about body magic on the Slimming World plan. Okay, so a number of people have asked me since I started doing these videos and since I've been on Instagram how I get on with body magic. Those of you who don't know, body magic is the Slimming World exercise plan. Body magic, a lot like your weight loss, can earn you stickers and certificates when you go to group each week, and some people choose to do it, other people don't. It's not compulsory, it's not something that you have to do when it comes to Slimming World. Since I've started the plan, the amount of body magic I tend to do is quite limited.
I have to walk to work. I have to walk the dog. I have to do cleaning.
I know some people do tend to get confused whether or not they should actually be doing body magic, and as I've already said, it's not actually compulsory, so it's not something you have to go out and do. But if you do want to go and get those certificates, it is something else to aim for. I think when it comes to body magic, it really is going to depend sort of on what you want to do. Some people are going to want to go out and exercise, some people are going to want to do as little as possible. Obviously it's going to help your fitness levels and it can help to aid your weight loss, but they do always say in Slimming World you don't have to exercise to lose weight on the plan. Now I am a perfect example of that. Now before I started on Slimming World, even way back before that, before I put on the weight, I used to be a regular at the gym. I used to love going a few times every week, keep myself fit, keep myself active, and the more weight I put on, the less energy I had, and the more I was finding my fitness levels were actually decreasing. When it came time to actually starting on the plan, I really wasn't in a place that I wanted to be getting up and running or getting on a bike or getting on a treadmill. I just didn't sort of have that energy in me, and it was hard enough to sort of make sure that I was sticking to the right food, let alone doing anything else. And I didn't want to confuse matters, so I didn't do any body magic. Well, I say I didn't really do any body magic. I did do the usual, but I didn't have my body magic. So I would walk to work, I would take the dog out for a walk, I'd do a bit of cleaning, because even things like cleaning count as body magic as long as you're doing continuous exercise for a set amount of minutes per day or per week or whatever it is the target that you set yourself. I stuck to the bare minimum. I didn't want to go back to the gym, especially being the size that I was. I thought everyone was going to judge me. I wasn't going to feel comfortable and being surrounded by people who were pumping it on the weights or running for miles. That didn't look dodgy. Running for miles on the treadmill. I just really wanted to hide away. I didn't want to draw any attention to myself. So other than taking the dog out or sometimes walking back and forth to work instead of taking the car, I didn't really up my exercise that much. And yet I was still following the food plan to the T, and I was getting good continuous losses week after week. So for those of you wondering whether or not you have to or whether or not you should, I can vouch for and say actually I didn't need to do it, I didn't have to do it, and I still managed to get good losses. So it's not something you should feel compelled to do if it's outside of your comfort zone. Now as my weight has dropped over the last year and a half, I have felt more inclined to do more. Last year I went out and bought a Fitbit, which it turns out just sort of counts my steps. I think what I needed to do is give me little electric shocks to tell me to actually get off my ass and go and do something. But it is good at sort of helping me to keep track, and I do sort of then get competitive with myself. I can see that I'm not doing as many steps as I should, or maybe not as many steps as my friends are, so it does sort of inspire me to get a bit more active and get a bit more walking in, and I do think that something little like that helps. And this week I've also decided to join the gym.
Send help.
So the plan actually was to go and join up at the gym last week, and I ended up injuring my foot and I couldn't do it. Not an excuse, I promise you, I was genuinely hurting my foot. So this week, without any excuses, I went and I signed up and I got myself a membership for the month. I'm not going to commit to anything more than that at this point, but I find it hard to commit to anything. So yeah, I've signed up for the month, and I can use it as often as I can. So yesterday was my first day, and lo and behold, I got in there and the aircon was broken. I was dripping in sweat. I cannot even tell you. A large part of that, I think, was probably because for the first time in ages, I was actually physically active. I non-stop for 1 hour was on the bike, on the treadmill, on the rowing machines. I really, really hammered it out. And I haven't done that in so long. So obviously I was working up a bit of a sweat, but the air conditioning was broken. Everybody in there was just like pumping full of water down their face. I must have gone through I don't know how many towels. It was a very, very sexy sight. And things like that in the past have been what's put me off from going. I don't want to feel like I'm huffing and puffing and sweaty and red in the face when everyone else seems like they're doing it like with a yawn. It's so easy to run 5,000 miles in an hour. It's not easy for me anymore, and it's not easy for a lot of us who are doing this. What I'm becoming more and more aware of as my weight decreases is that I might end up with loose skin. And that's something that terrifies me. That's actually been something in the past that has put me off losing the weight, because I've been so scared that I would be ending up with baggy skin all over me, looking unsightly, and that I would hate it. It's taken me a long time to sort of reconcile in my brain what I would rather, because I can be overweight or I can be a healthy weight with potentially loose skin. What I have been worried about, and I think a lot of people might be in the same boat, is that when I was at my biggest, I was in a body that I hated. It was not my body. I felt like I wasn't in my own skin. And what I don't want to do is end up losing 8 stone, 10 stone, 12 stone, however much I need to lose to feel comfortable, to end up being in another body that I'm not comfortable with. So it's taken me a while to sort of get over that. Now, touch wood, I have been really lucky up to now. I have lost just under 7 stone, and so far I'm not sagging, I'm not loose. Everything seems to be in the right place, which I'm really happy about. However, when it comes to losing a bit more and getting closer and closer to my target, what I want to ensure is that I give myself the best chance to not have that loose skin. So that really is a motivating factor for me, and why I've started to take up more Body Magic and join the gym. Now, the great thing, as I've said, about this plan is that it's not something that you have to do. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to do the exercise. You've got to weigh up whether or not it is something that you want to do. It's a great debate. I've heard people on both sides of it give really different opinions of what they think is the best thing to do. And for some people, it might be getting up off that couch and getting more active. And for others, it might be going at a more leisurely pace and losing weight and just seeing how it goes over time. That was the route that I decided to take, and it's taken me a year and a half to finally bite the bullet, once I've been on plan, to go back to the gym. But I haven't been to the gym for at least 3 years before I even started on Slimming World. So we're talking a good 4.5 years since I last stepped foot in the gym. And it was terrifying. I'm not going to pretend that it wasn't. I walked through those doors thinking everybody was going to turn around and laugh at me and wonder what the fat bloke was doing, coming in here where all the muscular men are standing. But you know what? It's just one of those things that we psych ourselves out about, because nobody cared. Nobody cared. Everyone was so busy doing their own thing that they didn't give a crap what I was doing. And that was really, really evident from the beginning. So I just went in, I did my thing, I stood for an hour, sweated my ass off, and then I left. I didn't stand for an hour, I worked my ass off for that hour. But it felt good. And now I'm going back again tomorrow. That's terrifying. Twice in a week. And it's only going to be Wednesday. Or by the time you're watching this, it might be Wednesday. Or maybe a month has passed. Videos are weird. So yeah, I can't really advocate for doing a high amount of Body Magic when I've spent this long not really doing any. But I can't say that it's not a good thing for you either. It's one of those debates that I don't think has a right answer, but it is something that I wanted to address because it is something that I get asked about quite often. So I've managed to lose 7 stone near enough without doing any, and I'm hoping that adding this extra exercise is going to really speed that weight loss up, because I want to hit my target by this October 2017. I'm going to Florida for 2 weeks, And I really, really would like to feel really good about it when I come back and look at the pictures. So, yeah, that's why I'm deciding now is the time. But we've all got different reasons, we've all got a different length to our journey, and we're all taking it at a different pace. So, to everyone who's asked me whether or not you should do body magic, there is no magic answer. There is no right or wrong. You've got to do what feels best for you. And now, after a year and a half of being on plan, this is what feels best for me. Thank you guys for tuning in again. I know it's only a short one today, and maybe even a little bit pointless, but just something I felt like I wanted to get out. So if you've enjoyed the video, as always, please like and subscribe, and you can also catch me on Instagram and Twitter.